It's kind of wild to think about, but a little piece of computer history from way back in 1971 actually holds the key to how your business needs to think about AI today. So let's dive into how the world's very first computer virus gave us an accidental blueprint for building trust with artificial intelligence. It all kicked off with this strange, almost taunting message that just started popping up on computer screens over 50 years ago. It was like a ghost in the machine, and for a minute there, nobody had any idea what it meant or what it wanted. To really get this, you have to picture the scene. It's 1971. The internet as we know it doesn't exist. Instead, we have the ARPANET, its granddaddy. And it was tiny. I mean, a super tight-knit community, a network connecting just 23 machines across the entire country. The whole thing was built on trust.
So, where in the world did this cryptic message come from? Well, that brings us to the first part of our story, the birth of the creeper.
See, the guy who made it, Bob Thomas, wasn't some malicious hacker. He was an engineer with a really interesting question. Could a program actually move itself from one computer to another all on its own? And his creation, Creeper, did exactly that. It was totally harmless. It didn't mess with files or steal anything. It just, well, it crept from machine to machine, leaving that famous calling card on every screen it found.
And this is where the core problem comes in. The ARPANET was basically wide open. It was like a neighborhood with no locks on the doors. There were no firewalls, no passwords, no digital passports. The machines were just programmed to trust anything that showed up, with absolutely no way to verify who or what it was.
And then our hero enters the chat, Ray Tomlinson. And yes, this is the very same engineer who invented email. He saw the danger right away. He thought, hey, if a harmless little program like Creeper can just wander around, what happens when something truly destructive does the same thing? So he built Reaper. Its one and only job, hunt down and destroy Creeper and bring a little order back to the network.
Now, this little cat and mouse game between Creeper and Reaper, it wasn't just about a computer bug. It was actually the world's very first digital identity crisis.
Think about it. On one side, you had Creeper, this unknown, unverified thing that basically shined a giant spotlight on a fundamental weakness in the system. And on the other side, you had Reaper, the first digital defender, a program whose entire reason for being was all about verification and restoring trust.
And what this all revealed was a fundamental truth that's just as real today as it was back then. If you can't verify identity, trust becomes impossible. And without trust, any system, whether it's the ARPANET or a modern AI, eventually just breaks down.
Okay, so let's fast forward to today. That exact same structural problem from 50 years ago, it's now haunting modern businesses trying to navigate the world of artificial intelligence.
So why should you, running a business in the 21st century, care about this ancient computer story? Well, it's because AI systems, just like the old ARPANET, are constantly getting signals and trying to make sense of them. And if your business is sending out confusing signals, you are in for a world of hurt. This leads to a huge problem we call identity collapse. It's what happens when an AI, think ChatGPT or Google Search AI, gets confused about who you are, what you do, and why you're important. It might lump you in with the wrong crowd, completely misunderstand your services, or, and this is the worst one, just ignore you altogether. So what's causing all this? It's ambiguity, plain and simple. It's having one business description on your website and a totally different one on LinkedIn. It's not having a clear category you belong to. It's sending mixed signals about what you're an expert in. Or it's just failing to structure your information in a way that a machine can actually read and understand. To an AI, all that ambiguity just looks like noise.
And here's the stark reality, the thing you really need to get. In the age of AI, being misunderstood by the machine is actually way more dangerous than being invisible. See, if you're misidentified, an AI might recommend your luxury brand as a budget option, actively hurting your business. If you're invisible, you just don't get recommended at all. One is way worse than the other.
But just like Ray Tomlinson built a fix for the Creeper problem, there is a solution to identity collapse. It's all about engineering trust right into the system itself.
We call this AI identity engineering. It's basically the process of rebuilding your business's identity from the ground up, but this time for a machine audience. The whole point is to make dead sure that AI systems can classify you correctly, trust what you have to say, and recommend you for all the right reasons.
And we do this through something called the identity defense cycle. So first, you verify your entity. You figure out how AI sees you right now. Second, you eliminate ambiguity by making sure your identity is consistent everywhere. Third, you build trust signals using data that machines can easily read. And finally, you work to achieve recall, which is just reinforcing that identity over and over so the AI remembers you correctly.
And I gotta tell you, this is not a set it and forget it kind of deal. Just like Reaper had to constantly patrol the ARPANET looking for trouble, maintaining your AI identity is something you have to do continuously. It takes real consistency.
All right, so how do you actually put this into practice? Let's walk through a defense plan that you can literally start on today.
Okay, step 1 is super simple. Run an AI perception audit. Just go to ChatGPT or Perplexity and ask it, what does my business do? Seriously, you might be shocked at the answers you get. Then step 2 is to fight back with clarity. Write one perfect sentence that defines your business, and then use that exact sentence everywhere. No exception.
Next up, you've got to build some structure. If you have a unique way of doing things, give that process a name. AI is way better at remembering named concepts. Then, you need to use structured data, or what's called schema, on your website. Just think of schema as little labels you add to your content, like price tags or ingredients lists that tell an AI exactly what everything means. It's literally a dictionary for the machine.
At the end of the day, the goal here is to make your business an undeniable, trustworthy, and super easy to classify entity in the mind of the machine. You want to be the business that AI confidently recommends because it knows, without a doubt, exactly who you are and what you do.
This quote really just says it all, doesn't it? The second an AI can't clearly tell you apart from all the noise out there, you're at risk. You start to look less like a trusted friend and a whole lot more like an unverified fraud.
So, I'll leave you with this question to chew on. Right now, in the eyes of AI, is your business a creeper, an unknown, confusing entity causing problems in the system? Or is it a reaper, a force for clarity, for trust, and for integrity? The choice, really, is yours to engineer.